What's going on, guys? Glock Guy 226 here, and as you can see, I have a new holster set up for my everyday carry. Now we'll go ahead and safety check my Glock 43 before we get into the video. I probably won't have it out of the holster a whole lot during the video, but just to be safe, we will go ahead and safety check it. And if you can see there, she is clear. I always make sure before the videos, but I like to do it on video too. So first of all, we'll start off with the holster, guys. This holster is from A1 Customtac. Great company, great guy. Tony Banda owns the company. Very good guy. I found his work on Instagram, and he does a lot of like high-end, super custom kydex work. Most of his work is like double-layered kydex with, hand-carved Punisher skulls, or he does a lot of work for like police departments, stuff like that, with crazy logos in them. He does some very, very custom stuff. Now, I was looking for a multicam holster. I really like trying out new companies. Now, it is a very big gamble to do that. Of course, you could go with like your Incogs or, bigger name companies like that, and most of the time they're great holsters. I like trying out smaller companies. Now, A1 Customtac has a pretty big following of guys. They're not huge like, say, an Incog or something, but he's definitely growing, and he's definitely an up-and-coming kydex maker. If you go on Facebook, Instagram, you will find thousands of guys that are in these groups of A1 Customtac stuff that run his gear. It's quality stuff, and they can vouch for it. And that's the kind of stuff I like to support. I'm really happy I decided to go with A1 Customtac. So we'll start off with the holster, guys. This is a light-bearing holster for my Glock 43, inside the waistband, right-hand side. I carry this about 4 o'clock. And this has been a very comfortable holster. Now, the multicam is fabric wrapped. I don't know if you guys will really be able to tell in the video. When I told them I wanted a multicam holster, I wasn't sure if it would be, actual multicam kydex or multicam fabric or what. But I'm very happy with the fabric. I've never had a fabric wrapped holster, so I am very happy with that. It's kind of an OD green on the inside with the multicam fabric on the outside. So very cool setup. He typically runs the 1.5 inch belt clips, which I've never had any problem out of these clips, guys. I probably have at least 10 different in the waistband holsters with these 1.5 clips. And I work in the maintenance field, and I'm crawling ladders, I'm in attics, crawl spaces, getting in and out of vehicles all day, and I've never one time had one of these clips fail on me. As in coming off of my belt, nothing like that. I do a lot of dry fire practice. I run a lot of drills when I'm out shooting at the range with my in the waistband holsters. Now, a lot of guys say go with soft loops. Now, I've never ran soft loops. I think the next holster I do buy, I want it to have soft loops just to see if that's something I do like better. But as for now, I have had no trouble whatsoever out of these 1.5 inch clips. So when it comes to that, I'm happy with the belt attachment. Now, one thing that I did notice was different on here versus a lot of my other holsters, which it's not really like a big thing, but it was different. I've never seen it. Right above the clip here, if you could see the hump above the clip. Now, it's something kind of small maybe, but most of my holsters are just cut off right above the clip. But what I like about him leaving that there is it does add another retention point. So this this holster has great retention on the gun, as you can see, but I could also, draw it very easily. So goes in the holster. I keep wanting to say goes in the gun. Goes in the holster very well, very easily, but also has great retention. Now, when I get a new holster, I don't just throw it on my hip and go on with my business. I wear it around the house for a few days. I do quite a bit of dry fire practice drills. Drawing the gun out of the holster, reholstering it, figuring out what level of retention I want that screw at. You might have to do a little adjusting there. That's pretty typical. Most companies use a mold. So, they have a molded gun, molded light. Some companies use an actual gun or actual light. Either way, they're the same exact thing. But sometimes with the molds, they can be a little tighter or even a little looser, depending on, the quality of the mold, I guess. But I had no trouble out of this. When I got it, I did have to adjust the retention a little bit, kind of to work the holster in. Now, that's not a bad thing. It was a brand new kydex holster, just pressed. So I did a lot of dry fire practice drills, carried it around the house for a few days. And I love it. I love everything about this holster. It is extremely comfortable. Now, what I've found out over the past couple of years I've been just trying out different Kydex companies. You either like it or you don't. There's really not a whole lot of gray area there in between. It's mainly black and white of I like it, it's gonna work, it's comfortable, good retention, or it's a piece of junk. And with this holster, it's a great holster, guys. I could highly recommend A1 Customtac. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the mag carrier. I definitely have been needing a mag carrier for my Glock 43 mags. I've been just throwing one in my back pocket, in an inside pocket, which at least I have it, but at the same time, I really did need a mag carrier. So when I hit him up, actually didn't even speak of the mag carrier. He was cool enough to throw it in the order for me. Now, you won't see a whole lot of companies do that stuff. Tony's just a really, really good guy. I placed my order with him early December, and he had it to me exactly when he said he was going to. Anytime I had a question or needed to talk to him, he would answer very, very quick response. So, I like dealing with companies like that, where he's a good-sized company, but at the same time, he has no problem talking to you one-on-one, figuring out exactly what you want, keeping you updated on how your holster is coming. That stuff really does mean a lot to me. Now, I know a lot of companies that I choose to deal with as far as gun parts, holsters, whatever. I really like finding these companies where, they treat you like you're important. Whether you're spending $20 or $1,000, they treat you like you matter. You're one of their clients. You're not just another number or a little bit more money in their pocket. And with A1 Customtac, you get quality service, you get a quality holster. What more can you want? So hopefully I will be doing more business with A1 Customtac here in the future. I have a couple more holsters in mind that I do want to get made that are kind of more on the custom side, so I probably will be hitting them up sooner than later. But as for now, guys, this is my new holster setup for my Glock 43. I will be doing like a longevity review on it. I'll get some range footage of me running it, and I'm thinking about doing another video here soon. I got a pretty good idea of what I want to do with these with the holster and mag carrier. So thank you guys for watching. Please like this video, sub to the channel if you haven't already, and have a good night, guys.